everybody, welcome back to the Tonka Tactical channel. Great to have you here. I'm your man Tonka. Listen, I really apologize for not putting out more videos. I had a lot of issues with my footage and all that sort of stuff. But I'm glad to be back. I'm going to be trying to upload more stuff. I have some really exciting stuff to show you guys. But before I begin, I know I've been getting a lot of questions about this picture back here, this diamond picture. People are always asking, well, this is a paintball podcast. Why do I have that diamond picture? Well, the fact of the matter is I'm actually recording in my clinic. In my clinic, I specialize in severe knee and shoulder pain, so that's just the picture I have. Another question might be, well, why do I have that picture in my office? Well, the reason why that is because I had a designer come in and did the whole clinic layout and all that sort of stuff. That's why I have that there. And now you might be following up with that, like, why do I have such a girly picture? And I could always say no. Well, my answer to that is enough of your damn questions. Forget about that. This is a paintball podcast. Today, what we're going to talk about is the MCS Tippmann holster. So let's talk about that instead. All right? Okay, so here we are. So what we'll start off with, what I'll do is I'll talk about the harness itself directly. I took it apart from my leg drop, which was a bit of a pain in the ass to do. Not only that, but just putting it back in is just kind of awkward. But I'll save the details about that. But let me kind of go through this with you. Obviously, this is a 3D printed holster with a little lock mechanism, trigger lock mechanism, as you can see right here. And it works out really, really well. In fact, it's very stable. And I'll show you what I think about it and how I think it's really, really well positioned when I have the gear back on and I cut to the next stage of the video. But basically what it comes with the potential of 3 different harnesses or attachments. The MOLLE attachment, I'll have the attachments over here, you can see, this is the MOLLE attachment that I got because it fits my leg drop. It also comes with a paddle harness for your waist and also a paddle or a harness for your belt, okay? Again, I like it for the leg drop aspect, so that's why I got the MOLLE, and also it can really attach well to the front of your rig. But I'll tell you why I didn't do it for my rig, or put the gun on my rig, but I'll show you in a second. Now, what it also comes with is this multi-directional attachment here. And the great thing about this is that you can orient it in any kind of different direction, especially when it goes to the front, if you apply it to the front of your rig. The reason why I don't actually, I'll talk about it now. The reason why I don't have it on the front of my rig is because I'm really aggressive and I do a lot of crawling in the bushes and stuff like that. And if it's against my rig like this, where I can just kind of pull it out of my chest, obviously when I'm laying down in the field, it's obviously very difficult to do, right? But I find that if it's on my leg, doesn't matter what position I'm in, I can grab it, whether I'm on back, side, or whatever. It's very easily accessible. And you know what? I'll tell you, I play, as anybody knows me, I play really, really aggressively. I'm right up in the front. And what I'm trying to do with my gear in general is just trying to make it really, really streamlined. And I'll show you what I've had in the past in terms of my other holsters and stuff like that, and why I find it very cumbersome. Because the last thing you want to do is think about your gear when you're in the middle of like a firefight, right? All you want to do is just kill the enemy. Figure out a strategic way of killing the enemy, being quiet, having a low profile without the noise and just the thoughts of where my gear is or if my gun is going to pop out and stuff like that, right? So nonetheless, it comes with this multi-directional kind of attachment where you can put the MOLLE attachment on, or harness on. And the great thing, again, if you want it on the front, you can have it angulated. So this way, so you can just pull out your gun and fire. Again, I like it on my leg. Now, it comes with a screw here and a Allen key, which I don't have, but I'll find it and I'll attach it on. Now, I'll tell you, I thought when I saw this MOLLE attachments here, I thought I could really get a streamlined leg drop, which I got this one from One Tigress here. Basically, it has 2 bands here, but it doesn't fit. So keep that in mind, okay? You need at least 3 rows or 3 columns for this to fit properly, okay? This does not fit for 2. So what am I going to do with this? I have no clue. I'm probably just going to give it to someone, or I don't know, just keep it in my bag or gear bag for some other purpose. But other than that, it's really light. And I'll tell you, one of the concerns I have is this one attachment area, okay? Again, I'm very aggressive with my gameplay, And what I worry about is that with the weight of the marker here, which I'll put in right here, and again, I'll demonstrate it in a second, my concern is that with this one gear attachment, that it's one pivot point, right? And as a result, it can create a lot of weakness potentially and then snap off, right? That's my only, well, one of my only complaints. I'll talk to you about my other complaint in a second. But that's my biggest fear with this. Again, I don't know how effective it is. Right now, it is winter. I am not playing in the winter, nor am I playing any indoor games right now. Because obviously, well, if you're watching this video in the future, we are under a lockdown right now. Everything's locked up. And yeah, so we can't play any indoor games. So what I'll do, let me attach this. I'll put it on my rig, and then I'll show you my other holsters and stuff like that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that right now. Now, listen. I've had a number of different holsters. Again, I don't necessarily buy the best. I try to if it's financially feasible. But really what it comes down to is effectiveness, right? And efficiency of use, right? So I got, first of all, this universal, actually I first got a Kydex holster. You know, I got from MCS as well. I said, listen, dude, I talked to him. I said, listen, if I'm running around, will my gun pop out? Yeah, no, it'll be okay. But yeah, first time running with it, bam, my gun flew out. I'm running across the field in a hail of freaking ball fire, whatever you want to call it. My gun drops, I gotta hide and then retrieve it later on, right? And it sucks, and it drove me nuts, right? So I got rid of that. Plus the other thing is the Kydex holster just broke in all different directions. I had to do this Frankenstein harness. So anyways, I got rid of it. Then I got this universal one. And I'll tell you, the universal one is really good. Again, just like it sounds, universal holster. It'll fit pretty much any secondary, any gun, even probably real steel as well. The only issue I had with this, or have with this, and the reason why I'm getting rid of it is because if I take the Tippmann out and I put it in, you'll notice that it's pretty snug, which is good, right? It's good that it's snug, but the problem is the harnesses back here don't really fit, right? And if it does fit, what I have to do, I apologize for the noise there, what I have to do is I have to use these Velcro straps to kind of connect it. It's much like that, okay? And even that in itself is pretty flimsy. So I could potentially, which I have in the past, it just pops out when I'm running around. Again, if you're a very aggressive player, I do not recommend this. The other thing is this. When you put it back in, just like you saw me doing earlier, you have to kind of fiddle around to get it locked in place, right? And that's a pain in the ass. Again, especially when you're in buildings and it's a really intense firefight, the last thing you want to do is have to worry about locking this in after you have to move over to your primary or jump through a window or whatever the case may be, right? It really takes down your noise profile, or sorry, increases your noise profile and just increases your inefficiency at the gameplay, right? So I got fed up with this. So again, as soon as I saw MCS, and I'm a big fan of MCS, by the way, I always jump on their website to look for the latest stuff. And by the way, Tier 1 armament, if you're Canadian, they supply a lot of MCS stuff, so buy from them. All right, that's my plug for Tier 1 armament. I am not affiliated with them in any way. They're just a Canadian company that they have a really, really good reputation. So if you're Canadian and you don't want to do the exchange and the shipping costs and stuff, go through Tier 1 armament. All right, that's my plug with them. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put this all together. I'm going to put it on my leg drop. And then I'll demonstrate what it looks like. I'll give you my pros and cons, and I'll show you how efficient it is to use, and again, some of the negatives associated with it. All right? I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so now I have my leg drop and my MCS holster on. Actually, as I said before, getting the MOLLE attachment onto the leg drop was a bit of a pain in the ass, but I actually found an easy way of doing it that I didn't think about before. So what I'll do is stay tuned to the end of the video, and I'll show you how I did it, and it'll make your life much easier and less aggravating. So anyways, I have it on, and as you can see, what I'll do is I'll get a close-up of the multi-directional attachment here. As you can see, it kind of wiggles, right? There's that pivot point there. So one of my concerns is that if I'm running around and being aggressive and jumping all over the place with this pivot point, it may snap. Now, having said that, there is a certain amount of give to the, I guess with the MOLLE attachment. my leg drop and the holster itself. So it might be okay, but I just worry about over time it may cause some issues. But so far it feels pretty steady. And the great thing is, listen, I can jump around, and this thing's not moving anywhere. It's not moving anywhere. I can run around, and it's not moving anywhere. It's actually really, really well put in there. The other thing is, as you can probably hear, I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but as you can probably hear, there's a bit of shaking. There's a bit of a noise profile with it. But you know what? Overall, it's not too bad. Now, having said that, with my universal harness, it is much quieter than this one. But overall, you know, it's not too bad. The other thing is, what I liked about this universal harness here is that I was able to put an extra mag there. But obviously, with this leg drop here, which I'll have a link in the show notes below where you can get this. I just got this on Amazon. I think I paid like 20 bucks for it. I can put a mag holder here, and so I'm good to go in that aspect. Now, let me show you something really, really nice about this this holster. One, again, it's light. The other thing is, I love this locking mechanism, okay? It's very easy to do. I can run around and not have to worry about where my marker is, or if it's going to be flying out when I run with it, right? The other thing is, with this flip or this lock mechanism here, when I use my index finger, my trigger finger, when I pull it out, it's off the trigger, so it's already in kind of the safe mode, right? So I just pull it out and then aim and fire, right? So it's very well positioned, okay? So again, pull it out and fire it, right? The other thing is this. When I drop it in, automatically locks in. I don't even have to worry about it. I can run with it and have no issues. It's a brilliant design. It's a brilliant design. And I can't remember how much I paid for it. I think with shipping, I paid $100 to Canada, Ontario, Toronto there. And I think on the site, it's like 40, 50 bucks USD. So, you know, it's really, really worth it in my opinion. The only thing, again, there's a bit of a noise profile associated with it. But overall, I think it's one of the best things going, at least from the harnesses that I've had, so the holsters that I've had in the past. The Kydex, again, there's no locking mechanism. You just kind of, I guess it's more of a compressive lock mechanism, a compressive load on the weapon and the trigger that kind of keeps it in place. But with this, you don't even have to worry about it. So you know what? In my opinion, I would get it. Again, the only flaw that I can really see along with the noise profile of it is that one area of connection there. I guess that's my only concern with it. But if you ask me, I would advise you to get it. It's great. It's very light. Again, and the great thing is you can put it on your chest rig. Oh, there's my Allen key. Well, there you go. You hear that ding? That was my Allen key. Actually, I think that was my key. Oh, yeah, it is the Allen key. So I found it. So again, if you want, you can have it hooked up this way onto your chest rig. Again, I prefer it on my leg drop simply because when I'm crawling and stuff like that, I like it attached. But to my side here, so I don't have to kind of awkwardly grab it. But yeah, so that's my opinion on the MCS holster for your TIPX, and there's other markers as well. And I don't know. I don't have a grading system. 4-star, 5-star. I'll give it a 4-star out of 5 simply because of, again, the profile, noise profile, and the potential for this to drop, or break off. But again, it is perfect. Slips in, drops in, locks automatically. You can forget about ever worrying about this thing flying out. So yeah, my advice is go get it. Give it a shot, and love to know if you already have it. I'd love to get your input on it, what your thoughts on it are, and if you're using it. And if not, what other holster are you using? Anyways, guys, till next time, Tonka out. Okay, as promised, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to attach this MOLLE attachment to your leg drop in a really, really simple way. Why I didn't think about it in the past, I don't know. I guess I was just wanted to put it on and through it. I just getting aggravated, so I just rammed it in there. But let me show you an easy way. Now, as I'm going to do this on camera, it's going to take a bit of time, so I may fast forward a bit as we go through this. But listen, all you simply have to do is take this bottom attachment here and first slip it into wherever you want to, okay? Obviously, I want it a bit more in the back for me because I want to have a mag holder right there in front so it's easy access. So my suggestion is just slip the whole thing in right away, okay? The bottom end, right into the molly, just like you see right in there. Okay, again, with this, because it's relatively flexible and stable at the same time, stupid me, I just kind of try to put the top part here, slide it into the molly along with the bottom, kind of simultaneously. I thought, you know what, this could be somewhat efficient. I kind of saw him do it, I can't remember his name now, but what the hell's his name? Anyways, the owner of MCS. I saw him do it. I said, you know what, that looks pretty easy, right? But when you actually watch the video, you'll notice he didn't slip the whole thing in the way he did it. So the easiest way is simply this. Simply bend it. Bend the molly, bend your leg drop so that it creates a gap in there, and all you have to do is slide it right in there. Now, I'm going to demonstrate it right now, and chances are it's not going to work out as easy as I said it should. But all you got to do, and I'll try to get the angle correctly. Now, it's going to be a bit awkward because of the angle of the camera. But all you have to do is bend it. There we go. Then the other side, or just kind of fold that, create that flap. Give me 1 sec, and bam. Oh, no, we missed it. Just bend it a bit. Muscle it in there a bit, and then bam, there it is. I hope you kind of saw that, but basically what I did was I just folded it inwards, kind of crunch it down so it decreases the size or the distance at which it attaches to this, and then as you stretch it out, it just slips right into the molly and the holder right there. All right, so I hope that helps, and again, thank you so much for watching the video. Until next time, Tonka out.